The dude abides. What does abide mean in that context? I'm unfamiliar with the word abide, which is famously used to the movie quote, "The dude abides," The Big Lebowski. Looking it up in a German/English dictionary makes me believe it's "the dude lives on," but I heard the word used on a way that makes it seem to be a variant of approve, as in, the dude does not abide this behavior. I hear it used as to obey a lot, as in, we must all abide by the rules. Can someone shed some light into the meaning of the dude abides in the context it's been used?
Some discussions of the movie reference a peaceful, almost zen acceptance, as well as the idea that the dude will always be around. A discussion on Reddit of what the dude abides means has some consensus that it's an intentionally vague phrase hinting at the fact that the dude lives, in his unperturbable state of dudeness, somewhere. And that the definitions accept and continue make sense in this context. As Falk points out, today we usually use abide transitively to mean things like trusting in, accepting or obeying, so it doesn't mean the dude accepts or endures a particular thing, but I agree that the phrase still can imply a sense of patience or toleration, even if it's just the way someone waits or continues. If you look at the etymology of abide, you can see how some of these meanings emerge. Oe abiden, jebiden remain, wait, delay, remain behind, from ge completive prefix, denoting onward motion, ca, 1, plus biden bide, remain, wait, dwell, see bide. Meaning to put up with, now usually negative, first recorded 1520s. And going back to bide. Oe biden to stay, continue, live, remain, also to trust, rely, cognative on bia, o.frisson. Bidia, goth badan to wait, apparently from pi asterisk b dash, an extended stem of one root of oe biddan, c bid, the original sense of which was to command, and to trust, cfgk. Pathane to persuade, pistis faith, l, fidera to trust, foetus compact, treaty, ocs beta need. Perhaps the sense evolved in prehistoric times through endure, and endura wait, to wait. I think you're right, the dude endures, the dude lives on.
I believe this is an allusion to Ecclesiastes 1 verse 4, KJV. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The sense of the word abide is certainly to live on, to continue to exist. The whole chapter expresses the idea that human affairs are of only fleeting importance, and are insignificant in the context of the unchanging earth and its natural cycles. Similarly, I understand the line from the film as suggesting that the dude is a sort of eternal natural force, not affected by the doings of ordinary mortals. It is to be understood as a philosophical musing, not a literal statement.
From Merriam-Webster. Abide, intransitive verb, 1, to remain stable or fixed in a state, 2, to continue in a place, sojourn. However, its transitive meanings relate to accepting without complaint. While that cannot be the meaning in that sentence, as the construction is intransitive, I believe that the connotation is there. Ultimately, I think it's somewhat intentionally ambiguous.
Abide is an archaic word for living in a certain place, or more generally, accepting, living with, things some might not find easy to accept. Almost certainly it was used here to evoke the idea of several similar passages in the Bible, which most English speakers would be most familiar with in its, somewhat archaic, King James form. So the idea here is to draw a parallel between the dude and God, love, Greek, agape, and other concepts from the Bible which are described as abiding. Specifically, I believe this is intended to evoke 1 Corinthians 13, Paul's Ode to Love, which is well known enough that you see it plastered on posters and assorted knickknacks all over the place. The meat of it is several short sentences saying, love is, terminated with. And now abideth faith, hope, love, these three, but the greatest of these is love. Asterisk. So the executive summary of I Cor 13:13 is, love abides. Asterisk, note that the KJV has a weird tick of refusing to translate the Greek, agape, as love. Most folks just mentally do it for them. The above verbiage I took from the Wikipedia entry on Cor 13, which they claim is from the KJV, but to which they applied exactly that transformation.
The dude abides is bigger than a literal translation. It is the slogan for a whole generation of slackers who are at once narcissistic and harmless buffoons who wish, in large, to be left alone to continue their dudeness.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.